Music Multiverse listeners, and welcome to Beyond Your Radio. And this is Keep It Dark. Now, this is Keep It Dark. Be the Barbarian. Sludgy doom metal. Yeah, we've all been there. Done that. Some have a quick signature. They've elongated gloom or even impressive progressive hints that take it to an entirely different place. Here in the Keep It Dark realm, I came to explore the Manchester, England band Barbarian Hermit. Why? Well, let's just get a feeling for the placement of England in this particular scheme of dark, sludgy doom metal. I wouldn't exactly say they usually lead the charge in this realm of music, this scream guttural vocal. But they always tend to have their doom pitched toward the more heavy in the blues, rock, and riff, which Barbarian Hermit does have in definite spades, you can say. In fact, they even get a bit of keyboard-sounding blues in the soul of a song called Heal the Tyrant from their latest record, Mean Sugar. Along with harmony vocals that are generally not a staple of albums of this nature. In fact, especially against the demanding vocals of Cy Scarlett or Simon Scarlett. Now, Cy replaced Ed Campbell, who was actually in the original Barbarian Hermit, but left the band before the debut came out. So Cy was actually the vocalist on the debut, and then Ed Campbell comes in later and winds up on the album Solitude and Savagery. So pushed the band further, including other changes, but it was June 24th of 2018 when saw Barbarian Hermit crowned as the winner of the Manchester Metal to the Masses competition. Now, they had slammed their impression like a more sinister, non-comical Captain Caveman, let's say. Hell, they even got an IPA named after them for the album Solitude and Savagery. That's not bad. You know, rounding off the very hard Barbarian Hermit crew at this point, but Cy Scarlett would return, allowing the band to release the 2016 debut one again, which will be important to understand in a minute when I'm comparing things. Adam Robert Shaw's on guitars, Mike Regan on guitars. I got Rob Sutcliffe on bass, doing vocals as well, and Gareth Manning on drums. Cy Scarlett, while he has the name and the same temperance, can be the Barbarian at the vocal gate. The range is a bit bigger for him and accessible, I believe, over Ed Campbell. There's no question that the band has a stoner, doom, intro, balance, and riff that holds that sludge, only to twist the guitars and pressure in and out of metal lines and runs that are great contrasts. That's the real integrity and grit and yin and yin-yang that this band seems to have. And sometimes the Hermit side feels like a stoner groove, keeping itself in the middle of whenever until the metal makes the erratic Barbarian-like moves that it must. On this Mean Sugar album, they even take on some punk emotives, which were not present in the prior records in any way, shape, or form. So we get the Barbarian Hermit side. It's not only sound evident, but even in lyrical pressing, it's resounding. The guitars find all kinds of arenas of metal that obviously are going to be an issue when you step into this kind of darkness in blues rock. Now, the Grateful Dude steps into the darkness with me this episode as he took on the album Mean Sugar, the 2024 album. So let's hear from his perspective where this lies.
Well, as most of you know out there, I'm more medium rock. I don't get into heavy metal, but I like to explore a little bit with Mark on these Thursdays. But this was wham bam out of control. From their first set of the album to the last set, they're just boom, boom, boom. They are wild. They are mischievous, um, and they have a sound like I've not heard before. Not saying it's good and not saying it's bad, but it's this dude. I think it's a little harder than I would like, but they are very talented, and some of their songs are a little softer than the opening two. The opening two are just ridiculous. Um, so I would think that this would be good for a lot of people out there. A lot of people I know who have taste in music I've heard like this before, but it is dark, it is demonist, um, yet um, it's still got some features that are incredible. It really does.
So, why this kind of music? These are for those that want a deeper, darker Black Sabbath, leaning almost toward an opus or a reckoning of riff that transcends just the basics, finds its groove in darker places than you can ever imagine. The vocals are pure to the grime and shadow and the mark, which you feel in the sludge and the pending doom that is breathing through the bass and the guitar, while the drums palpitate and engulf. The Barbarian is loose, and those of us that love it appreciate it. It's like adrenaline to our anger or a letting loose, a pursuit for a means to whatever and whenever we connect with. Yet the hermit knows the barbarian, its ways, its tremosity. It lives in solitude, and its solitude, whatever purpose, only is known unto itself. Who knows how dark the hermit can get in actuality? It's incredulous, really. The joining of the two, and masterfully attuned as it should in delivery, passion, and the murky pursuit. The very solitude and savagery foretold in bold strokes, vital pounding, and animalistic vocal lore. That's why. Do you hear it, man? Do you hear the call? Both are just as doomy and dark. Why not be the barbarian or the hermit? Take a spoonful of mean sugar. It helps the world go down. Thank you for taking this dark journey of sound with me. I know it might not be easy, as the Grateful Dude found out, but maybe there's something for your ear in the different darkness. I'll see you in 2 weeks for a rather odd bird by another name, or by any other name. We're on the web at beyondyourradio.com, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, of course, articles, videos, podcasts. It's all about albums, bands, artists, anything we can get our hands on. Go Beyond Your Radio with us, a real music appreciation channel. Thanks for watching, and happy listening.